Definition of equality of two functions. We must learn this in order to prove some of the theorems where two functions are equal. Two functions f and g are said to be equal, that is f is equal to g, if it satisfies the following two axioms, rules, whatever may be. First one, f and g must be defined at same domain. Suppose f is mapping from A to B, G is mapping from A to G is mapping from A to D. They are defined at same domain. So whatever may be the condition, we must see that these two functions, whether they are having same domain or not. If they have same domain, then we can't say that these two are equal. For some domain in these two functions, A, let us consider small a belongs to A. So for some element A in the domain, f of A is equal to g of A, then only we can write f is equal to g. If they have same domain, and for some domain, if these two functions are equal, then only we say that these two functions are equal functions. Function second theorem statement: if f maps A to B, g maps B to C are bijections. F maps A to B and G maps B to C are bijections. Then we have to prove that G circle F whole inverse is equal to F inverse circle G inverse. Equal to symbol is there. G is equal to F. When we say the two functions are equal, first one, they must be defined at the same domain and same domain. First one, they must be defined at same domain. Second one, for some element in the domain, f of x is equal to g of x, then we say that f and g are equal. F is equal to g. If you want to write in f is equal to g, f and g must be defined at same domain, and for some x in the domain, f of x is equal to g of x. If it satisfies these two properties, axioms, rules, then only we say that those two functions are equal. We start here to prove using the definition. To say that these two functions are equal, we must prove, first of all, we must prove they are defined at same domain. Look here, given f maps A to B is a bijection. That implies f inverse mapping B to A is also a bijection. F is bijection, f inverse will also be a bijection. G mapping B to C is given as bijection. Therefore, G inverse mapping C to B is a bijection. Now, since f mapping B to C is a bijection, G maps B to C is a bijection, f maps A to B is a bijection, G circle F maps A to C. G circle F maps A to C is also a bijection. According to first theorem, last theorem, since from a theorem, G circle F maps A to C is also a bijection. We already proved this in the first theorem. So, since G circle F maps A to C is a bijection, G circle F whole inverse is also a bijection. Its inverse is also a bijection. So, G circle F whole inverse maps C to A. This is from A to C, this is from C to A. Here the domain is C. Right. Next, F inverse mapping B to A. F inverse mapping B to A. G inverse mapping C to B. G inverse mapping C to B. What is F inverse circle G inverse? It's mapping from A to C, since these two are equal. So F inverse circle G inverse mapping from C to A is also a bijection. Right? Therefore, what we can conclude from these two, G circle F whole inverse maps C to A, F inverse circle G inverse maps C to A are bijections. They are defined at the same domain. Also codomain also equal, no problem. So what we have to prove is they are defined at the same domain. So first one is proved. Next we have to prove that for some element in the domain, these two functions are equal. Next we go for the second part. What's given? Since f maps A to B F maps A to B is bijection. Observe carefully. F maps A to B is a bijection. Write like this. G maps B to C is a bijection. Since it's a bijection, inverse will exist. Therefore, for each A belongs to A, there exists B belongs to B, such that F of A is equal to B. This is number one. Since F of A is equal to B, A is equal to F inverse of B. This is number two. Similarly, this is the definition of onto or bijection. Since bijection, for each A there exists B. Right. Here G maps from B to C. So for each therefore for each B belongs to B, there exists C belongs to C, such that G of B is equal to C. G of B is equal to C. This is equation number 3. This implies B is equal to G inverse of C. This is number 4. So we are going to conclude here from 1 and 3. From 1 and 3, what we can write is from 3 it is G of B is equal to C. B is nothing but F of A. So G of F of A is equal to C. So this according composite function G circle F of A is equal to C. So implies A is equal to G circle F whole inverse of C. This is number 5. Okay. Right. From 2 and 3, 2 and 4. Look, 2 and 4. From 2 and 4. 2 is since A is equal to F inverse of B. What is B? F inverse of B is G inverse of C. G inverse of C from 4. Therefore, A is equal to F inverse circle G inverse composite function of C. Look here, from these two equations 5 and 6, from 5 and 6, LHS are equal, therefore RHS. So from 5 and 6, for some element G circle F whole inverse of C is equal to F inverse circle G inverse of C. Okay. So for some element C in the domain, so G circle F and F inverse circle G inverse are defined from C to A. C to A, F in G circle F whole inverse is from C to A. F inverse circle G inverse from C to A. Domain C. So for some element C in the domain, these two functions are equal. Therefore, I can conclude that F in G circle F whole inverse is equal to F inverse circle G inverse. You have to prove both the ways. We have to show that G circle F whole inverse, F inverse circle G inverse are defined at same domain, and for some element in the domain these two are equal. Therefore, we can conclude that G circle F whole inverse is equal to F inverse circle G inverse. So purely depends on the equality of function.